Calvin Dreyer, age 6, has been identified as having celiac disease, hunched over in pain, he said. Calvin Dreyer, Dylan Dreyer's 6-year-old son, was identified as having celiac disease after suffering from severe symptoms. According to the meteorologist, there was one time the pain was so bad that we thought maybe he had something like his appendix burst, according to an interview with Today.com that was released on Wednesday. She said, he was hunched over in pain. Calvin saw numerous doctors and performed a number of tests in an effort to identify the source of his persistent, sharp stomach aches. The response was not given to the family until March. His diagnosis of celiac disease was confirmed by the findings of the blood tests, according to Dreyer. I had no prior knowledge of celiac disease. I was aware that a buddy's friend who had it was unable to eat bread. I basically knew that at the time. Having a gluten intolerance or a wheat allergy are completely different from having celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disorder. According to Dr. Lisa Fahey, co-director of the Center for Celiac Disease at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, in this condition, eating gluten triggers an immune response, and that can create a variety of symptoms for patients. The medical professional, who is not engaged in Calvin's care, added that celiac disease can seriously harm a person's intestines and doesn't always cause symptoms. Calvin the child wasn't just suffering from acute stomach discomfort, though. Dreyer claimed that he also experienced excruciating earaches and a rash on his scalp that resulted in hair loss. Additionally, Calvin struggled to grip anything in his hands and frequently dropped what he was carrying. Dreyer said he'd be eating and just drop his fork. We used to tease him and refer to him as having banana hands. Dreyer said, not only is it not feeding him any wheat products, but there is also the potential of cross-contamination. Everything I had in the kitchen, including our wooden spoons, cutting boards, and everything with a scratch had to be thrown out. Any rivets on the pot's interior near the handle. Gluten can hide anywhere, so all of it had to be thrown out. Fortunately, their efforts have made Calvin feel significantly better and have eased his stomach difficulties, earache, and coordination problems. For the first time in a year, he finally feels good, Dreyer added. He's glad we found this because he thinks it's okay, good. I am at last feeling like myself. Since celiac disease frequently remains undetected, the NBC News anchor is sharing Calvin's experience in an effort to increase awareness of it. According to her, the misconception is that it causes discomfort similar to a dairy allergy where it hurts your stomach. It's much worse than that because it actually causes damage to his inside organs. Because of it, he actually had a stomach ulcer. He was losing his hair as a result. Dreyer launched the Today program feature Cooking with Cal, where she and her son prepare foods that are safe for those with celiac disease. In order to replace bread, spaghetti, and pizza crust, the meteorologist has been experimenting with various gluten-free flours and goods. She said, I'm trying to find his favorite of everything. I don't want him to settle for anything. I want him to still be able to enjoy meals. There are many recipes that simply do not contain gluten, she continued. When it comes to cooking, I can do a lot without using flour or bread. The weather correspondent frequently shares photos of their delectable dishes on Instagram, and most recently they posted a picture of overnight oats, chicken cutlets, and spinach oat muffins. She captioned the photo, every spare moment I have at home is spent making sure the kitchen is stocked with food for the boys while I'm away. Dreyer also has 2 other sons with her besides Calvin, Oliver, 3, and Russell, 1, with her husband, Brian Fisher.